Hello and welcome in to the PlayVS TAPPS finals. It's going to be an amazing competition. I'm the Doxology. Alongside me is Skids, and this is the TAPPS Rocket League Grand Finals. And we've seen a season go by already here, and I think that the bracket kind of tells a story right now because we have a unique matchup, Skids.
Yes, we do. For those of you who were with us in the earlier matchup for the CIATC, we saw a 1 versus a 2 seed going together. But in this one, we got the 1 seed again. But we have a Cinderella story, number 6. The 1 seed is going to be Grace Prep Lions, and they're going to be coming at the top of the bracket. But then RLS coming at the 6th seed. They had a little bit of a slow ending of the season. The last 2 regular season games, they actually dropped losses. But in that first game, you see RLS defeating LPI. That's vengeance on the last regular season game. They were able to get the win where it counts, and now they find themselves in the finals with a best of 7 for the TAPPS State Championship on the line.
Yeah, and when you're talking about, you know, a battle of a league with so many teams, 111 teams based out of Texas, there's so many teams to fight their way into this position, right? So this is the top of the top, the best of the best, and whether you drop 1 or 2 games, that's okay, because this best of 7 gives you the opportunity to fight your way back in it as long as you don't give up. Now, Skids, I think we kind of expect the first game to be that feeler game. You know, you're gonna maybe pick up the tempo or slow the tempo down depending on what your offense is feeling or your defense is feeling, and I think this is the time for the Lions to kind of say, all right, look, like, hey, we're the first seed for a reason. Like, we really want to kind of prove that. So they might come out with a lot more aggression, and if you're RLS, I mean, you got to find a way to just let go of whatever happened in the season and put yourself in today, right?
Yeah, as RLS being the underdogs coming out, you got to make a statement early. But also on the flip side, you can early goal let up. It's not the end of the world. You got some time. You can breathe, you can relax and reset. We've seen a lot of times in these best of 7 series, like you mentioned, the first game is a little bit slower, lower scoring, maybe some attacking you got to figure out. You also have the defensive side to kind of counter what their strategies are, and then it's all going to be about adjustments. The teams that are going to come out on top, they got the great coaching and great discipline from these players. These are young guys and girls. These are high schoolers that are just trying their best to make this championship run, and so it's all about adjustments and discipline. The coaches that can structure their teams that way and make the adjustments routine the first couple of rounds, those are the ones that are going to be the crowned champions. You got 7 games. You don't have to win them all right away.
Yeah, and I think the other aspect of Rocket League that's so exciting and intriguing is the opportunity that you have to grow in this, right? And PlayVS does such a good job of maintaining the competitive nature of what Rocket League is, but then elevating the gameplay by bringing in fantastic seasons and fantastic championships, as we're about to see. And on the flip side, you see them continue to grow every single season. So in this 2021 fall season, we get to see teams that really kind of showed up right at the last bit, and you look at the Eagles dropping to RLS in the 2nd round, and of course you look at the Antonian Rocket League team dropping to Grace Prep Lions. I mean, those are 2 finalists as well. When you get that high up, it gives you that experience at a top level, right? It gives you that little extra oomph to say, look, just because this season didn't pan out the way that it wanted to pan out, they have the ability to, as we're ready to jump into game 1 of this finals. And I'm really excited to see who is able to kind of make that splash. You see the Lions in the orange, and then the RLS, they're going to be in the white as they're going back and forth.
We are 15 seconds in, and we don't have any early goals yet. We saw a couple in that last series that we were working on earlier today, a couple kickoff goals. That's going to be something that we're going to want to monitor, is if they're going to play the defensive side or go for that early boost on the kickoff to try and get a risk. And it looked like there was a little bit of an explosion retro back there, getting the first demo, and Blippi actually already respawning back in for RLS, trying to get an attack here. Lots of middle ground. Nobody's really making too big of a push right now, and like we talked about, just feeling it out, getting an attack going, and making those adjustments on the fly.
I like the back pass right there and recognizing that his teammate was there. You see Trek was ready to go. That's going to be a long clear all the way out. Blippi's right there. Great job in the redirect. He picked up that full boost as well. Tracked with the shot on goal. That's going to go off the top bar. And that is just that extra defender that sometimes is the bane of your existence, and other times it's the extra attacker that just helps you out a little bit. But you know, it's kind of one of those 50-50 moments. You got to be in the right place, right time, as we are already a minute 20 seconds into this game number 1. 0-0 still.
Yes, we are feeling this out. We got to find out if you want to use that third player to play a little bit defense or use it on a counter attack, as Blippi with a nice save there. And it looks like Goku is going to try and swing in, but 9 almost with the rebound, bringing that goal in. You got to clear this out if you are RLS. That middle turf is extremely dangerous territory. 9 able to come back. All 3 players for GPL are just hanging out in the back, ready for the counter push, as Get Wrecked is flying up a little bit too high on the pass there from Blippi. Hoping to bring that down next time and dropping back, getting that full boost to get this stop here on defense.
And you see them kind of communicate back and forth. That's a huge save by Get Wrecked. And now Blippi slowing things down, playing patiently, but instead is going to get destroyed at midfield from Wuzzy. And now Wuzzy kind of on the attack, but the immediate respawn of Blippi allows him to get back and clear things out. You see him go for the ball, go for the car bounce. And sometimes that little fender bender really kind of prepares an extra few seconds to get a shot on goal.
Race Prep Lions here trying to get some attacking, but Blippi and co say otherwise as they're going on the counter. We got about 2 minutes left in this matchup, and it's been really even so far. Wuzzy trying to get off the backboard, and there it is. First goal on the board. Wuzzy with the nice aerial to utilize the back rebound here. You're going to see him use his last little boost. Great control. Blippi out of positioning there, and Wuzzy able to get Grace Prep on the board first. 1-0, and RLS is hoping to answer back.
The Lions with that first goal. 2:05 remaining. It took quite a while to get that first one into the back of the net. Great defense on both sides, but again, it's the best of 7. Ooh, almost was able to get the redirect. That would have been a beautiful shot on goal by Get Wrecked. And RLS on the attack again. You see Wuzzy trying to clear it out. Finally does. 1:45 remaining in this game 1. And honestly, when you look at kind of these extra, you know, attempts, right? You get the first shot, then you get the rebound. Wuzzy! What was that from the top shelf? Sneaks it by 2 defenders. I mean, this was an absolute snipe of a shot just between 2 defenders into the goal. And you gotta love the goal celebrations, the creativity of Rocket League that allows you to customize so much, and the butterflies flying out. Very colorful and exciting. Adds that little extra oomph to the competitive play.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. And RLS a little bit out of positioning on that last one here, but they're going to try and get the ball into the middle here. Blippi cannot get the finish from Wrecked, and that's the second one there that I think Wrecked's going to want to get back. We've seen him try to just slice that one in there, but 0 for 2 there on the misses. That's okay. They're still feeling it out just in this game 1. 1 minute left. RLS going to want to try and get on the board, swing a little bit of momentum coming back, but it's just been a story of Wuzzy and GPL sniping these goals.
You see them just trying to kind of clear things out. They don't want to get too bunched up, and one of the things I've noticed is they've really kept it along the outside boards instead of it going through the box or any passes getting through. They've really done a good job of getting it on the outside boards, but that's just an errant shot all the way down. Nobody able to get back. Nobody had any boost left. You see 9 just really, he was just going for a contest in the corner and bounced off the wall, and it goes a little wayward, and goes into the back of the net for a 3-0 lead with 36 seconds remaining.
Yeah, not much strategy there on that goal from GPL, but RLS, they're playing the super heavy attack right now, and they kind of had to. You know, you're down 2 goals. You got to get something on the board there. So it's just going to be 1 game. Luckily, we're not worried about goal differentials here, so I'm not upset by that play. I really do love that aggression from RLS to try and snake that in. Just an unlucky bounce, and hopefully they can get that reset going into the next match. About 13 seconds here in game number 1, looking like it's going to go in favor of Grace Prep. But if RLS can just get on the board here, get those jitters out of the way, maybe it will go the opposite way, but we're just going to run this clock down. And that is going to be 3 to most likely 0 as the ball hits, and Grace Prep Lions winning game number 1 off of 2 really solid attacking goals, and then one that just kind of snuck in from the corner.
Yeah, you know, one snuck in through the corner, and that kind of was just that extra one, but they still controlled it all the way through and through. And Wuzzy played absolutely phenomenal throughout that game. Again, in a best of 7, though, now you'll get a chance to kind of see the speeds, see the pace, reset completely without having to, mid-game make those adjustments or throw off a momentum or anything like that. It gives you a chance to take a breather and say, okay, going into game 2, what are we going to do? And if you're RLS's coach, Skids, what are you telling them to stop that offense of the Lions?
Yeah, so the thing with the Lions offense, as opposed to what I saw from RLS, is that the Lions were able to capitalize on the corner shots there. You saw Wuzzy was able to ping it in from both sides. I think it was from the left corner and the right corner. But then RLS's offense was really focused on centering the ball and nailing down those shots, which they did have really good opportunities to get the centering there. It's just a couple of misses that didn't go their way. So if you can either try and pinch some corner shots like GPL did, or capitalize on those center shots, RLS is going to get on the board. And here we are loading up into game number 2, and we are back.
See a Retro playing along the lines for the Lions. Blippi already taking some shots on goal. That's going to get cleared out into the corner. Wuzzy now back on defense. Can he get back for it? That's a big save by 9. A Retro comes swinging around, wants to play a little bit of defense. And honestly, Retro's been on the defense for the most part for the Lions. Hasn't really had to come out too far, just because the gameplay of Wuzzy has been on point. Blippi now on the attack. 4:18 remaining in this game, too. You see them continue to really just play with the aggression and contest almost everything, as that's going to be a long clear and an aerial shot. Going to kind of chip it back and forth, bounce off of each other. And you see a double commit there. And that's something RLS needs to watch, is who's going for the ball and who's going to rotate back and stay.
Oh,
but instead,
man,
you see the double commit. Ball goes off the defender, but not enough to make the save. You see it just followed all the way through. A little miscommunication. And Wuzzy with another goal this series. And the Lions with a 1-goal lead. They've played so consistent so far.
Yeah, Grace Prep is doing a really good job of everybody playing their position. You got Wuzzy on the attack, and you got 9 playing back, and then you have the third player there, Retro right here, is playing the mid and kind of utilling around both sides. Whereas RLS, it seems like you said there was a little bit of a miscommunication, and they got to establish roles as one of the GPL players gets demolished there. Great play, and now Goku and Demon going to try and get a little bit of a push here, but that is stopped by 9. Let's see if RLS can establish some roles here and not just play for ball on the defensive side. You got to play positioning, and you got to play the counterattacks that we've seen be so powerful and so important in some of these. And oh, there's the mid. There is the mid push, exactly like I was talking about, but another poor execution, unable to chip that one in.
Yeah, you really got to be careful from these double commits, because it's opening opportunities, as that was a very smart move by Wuzzy. Almost an own goal. Was boosting a little too quick, had to put on the brakes pretty quick. Blippi with no boost to his name, so that's going to get cleared off into the corner. We're almost at halfway through this game number 2. A great save and a great shot by Goku Drip, but a great save clearing things out. And when you're looking at the midfield boost right now, it's all the Lions. It's been the Lions pretty much for the last game and a half now, where they've just controlled that midfield boost, and they've had that extra little bit to attack and re-attack and get those second and third shots on the rebounds, as this is a long shot from Blippi. And now RLS finding the back of the net for the first time this series. Blippi just powers that one home off of the ceiling. A great timed shot. Nobody can get back. And we're all tied up with 2:20 remaining.
Great play there from Blippi. If you're able to to accurately get your clear. Maybe you'll get lucky with a goal every once in a while there, and Blippi's starting to play that defensive role, and it's good that now Demon and Goku are pushing up and getting a little bit more control on the offensive side, but keep Blippi back as he is swinging up and trying to make something happen. Love to see RLS on the board. And I was actually just writing down a note about how it seemed like RLS is playing not so much scared, but they're playing back and they're playing a little bit more passive, letting GPL push up and get all these shots on goal. And I guess there's not really much room for correcting if it ended up working and getting them a goal there, as you do have a counterplay here. 9 able to stop that from Goku, but I want to see RLS get a little bit more aggressive here and get on the attacking side of the ball.
Yeah, they've got to get a couple good demos midfield and pick up that midfield boost. And they need to utilize what they have with each other, right? A lot of it is 1v1s and 1v2s. They need to kind of come up with each other and create 2v2s where you can get that rebound as 9 just says, I see 2 defenders. I don't care. I'm going to do a little bit of a hop, skip, and a move right through them. Both defenders got a little bit of the windshield on it, but not enough to make the stop. And 9 just absolutely dominantly threw it home. That was like an NBA dunk from LeBron right there.
Yeah, 9 knowing that he needed to drill the ball down instead of coming up with the lift on that. Otherwise, it was going to go off the backboard and then no goal there. So 9 getting on the board. Wuzzy's been the offensive mastermind here, but now sharing the love for GPL. Grace Prep looking to go up 2 games here. We got a minute left. Blippi, a nice little aerial right here. Does he get the reset? He does not. And then was he able to make the stop? But a good rebound attempt there from Demon. And Blippi with the free. Now they're getting some more offensive presence here. And Goku hits it in, but a beautiful, brilliant stop there from Wuzzy. Goku's now starting to hit a stride and get those connects. Can he come in and get the finish here? He does! Goku, I love to see that from you, man.
I mean, that was just the third, the fourth, the 5th shots, the rebounds. A great defensive effort right here coming in from GPL. A phenomenal defensive move from Wuzzy to get not 1 but 2 saves, and then his team coming up with a couple other saves. But Blippi and Goku continued to pressure it. Demon had a shot on, and now Blippi says, I am starting to feel it. And Skids, this is a game of momentum. Can RLS pick up some of this momentum and keep it going?
Yeah, Grace Prep, you do not want to allow them to get those quick goals because you're doing such a good job of ball control, and RLS capitalizing on those ricochets. Now up 3-2. They're in beautiful position. 30 seconds left on the clock. RLS looking to tie this up, and GPL will not let that happen. Wuzzy now here on a control in a 1v1. Goku with a brilliant save to get that out of there. And RLS, you don't want to just play passive here. You want to just try and ice it away with another one. But if anything, just focus on keeping the ball out of their hands. A lot easier when you demo them.
Yeah, it really, you know, you can't really play defense if your car is a piece of dust, because that is what happens as the time will touch zeros and it will touch down. Great response from RLS, a fantastic response from RLS to be able to walk away with game 2. And now we move into a best of 5, you know, a best of 7 quickly turns into a best of 5, taking game 2 3-2. And now, Skids, I think both teams have kind of seen what they're capable of and what the speed is. And so now I want to say that this next game is going to be like an all-out free-for-all, right? Like, they know, okay, I know that they're capable of this. Let's just go all out. We might see a lot of demos. We might see some really cool shots and some really cool saves. I'm wondering if this is going to be an offensive just onslaught from both teams.
Yeah, both of them are just ready to roll. Talked about it going into that game number 2, how RLS has to capitalize on those mid shots and get the ricochets, and Goku did just that. He had a little bit of a miss there at the beginning, but he was just icing them towards the end. That RLS team looked so much better in the last 3 minutes of game number 2 than they did in the first 7 minutes of these 2 matchups here. And Demon's already got him on the board. We're talking about the last game, and Demon, with 5 seconds into the game, has already put RLS at a 1-0 advantage. Wuzzy a little bit too slow to that defense.
I love it. You know, those kickoffs are sometimes they're so crucial because when that ball goes just a little bit awry, if you don't have that defender going to the box, you know, it makes it really difficult. Sometimes the defender will go for that full boost immediately. That ball comes off the wall a little awkward, and Wuzzy following it through right here. I mean, this is a beautiful goal. Watch him pick up that little bit of extra boost, play it off the wall, and then utilize all of that boost to defeat the defender. Goku Drip was there, but unfortunately could not get to it because of how quickly Wuzzy was able to say, okay, I just need a little bit of boost to get this, and now we're all tied up. And I really think that this is going to be just an offensive onslaught from both of these teams.
I mean, it makes sense. It's 20 seconds in, and we've already got 2 goals here. This is the longest little shoot around we've seen so far. And Blippi almost puts it in again, and then Retro able to get that beautiful stop. Good on Goku and Ko to just stay back and wait on the counterattack. A lot of undisciplined teams will just full 3-send that push, but RLS knows that Gray's Prep is way too good at that counterattack, so they're a little bit more disciplined here. 1 minute into the matchup, and we are seeing a lot of offensive firepower. Wuzzy trying to get the redirect, gets blown up instead on the demo, and now RLS with an attack here. Demon, I don't know if he meant to miss that or if he just didn't get that, but Goku now out of boost and giving us a minute to breathe here on the attack.
Yeah, I think he just kind of mistimed that boost and didn't anticipate it to bounce as quickly as it did, as this is going to be almost cleared out. And really, RLS is doing a great job of applying a ton of pressure. You see them on the offensive zone. I mean, they're keeping this on their half. I mean, they're applying the pressure. They might not get every shot on goal, but because they're getting shots, it's having to be cleared into the corner, and now it's going the other way. That goes just wide for GPL. And really, the Lions, Wuzzy's doing a great job. He just picked up that corner boost from RLS. And when you're talking about stealing the other team's boost, how tough it is to get back and get in position to make those shots or saves is just so impressive. So good job by them, and a great save by Blippi, just clearing it into the corner. I mean, it's back and forth, Skids.
Yeah, we mentioned how Wuzzy is kind of the offensive presence here for Grace Prep, and RLS has been doing a really good job of shutting him down. Wuzzy's trying to isolate these aerials and get a chip. I saw 9 come in and try and swing one off the backboard there, but RLS playing so much more discipline than that first game. Coming in as the 6th seed, you know that Grace Prep as the 1 is gonna be good, but I think they still underestimated just a little bit, as Wuzzy's got almost full boost, but Goku playing great defense, bumping the car out of the way. You don't always have to play the ball. You just gotta play positioning, and RLS doing a great job of that.
Now, I've been around Rocket League for almost a year now as far as the competitive casting side of things. I've played for a long time. No way, shape, or form am I even as good as them. As 9 comes in from the top cell, I mean, literally just reading that perfectly off the wall. Blippi plays it off the ceiling. 9 picks up a little bit of boost and then comes down on it to get that shot on goal. Blippi almost had the save too, but a great job. And now GPL with a 1-goal lead, 2:11 remaining. But I was going to say, I've been around Rocket League, and one of the things that I've noticed is the players that really stand out as far as defensively are the ones that recognize when to go for the car and when to go for the ball. Because sometimes it is not about taking the ball all the way into the back of the net. Sometimes it's about taking the car out of the net to give that open shot for your teammate, and that comes with practice and then trusting your teammates. Communication's key, as always, as we see the back and forth continue from RLS and GPL. Great redirects from Blippi. I like his aerial play, and then his timing off the walls has been really good.
GPL here at 2-1 with about a minute and a half left in the 3rd round. We've seen pretty even offensive strength from both sides. A lot of use of this backboard here. Still, RLS is going for the centering. They're trying to get their swing guy, their defensive man, back in for that punch. And Goku is trying to get the ISO here. Looks like maybe a little bit of a roll switch up as Demon tries to keep it mid. RLS has kept the ball over in this side of the court for about 40 to 50 seconds now, and Grace Prep is playing it patient. They're up by 1 goal, and Wuzzy is just looking for that opportunity to snipe one as he's running off of the roof, tries to get the flip, and beautiful little save there from Goku. Can he get a second one? No, he cannot. 9 flying in for the ricochet. Wuzzy has beautiful aerial control to get it in there. Goku did as much as he could, but 9 with a beautiful read put himself in perfect positioning to get that rebound. I believe that's 2 for 9 and 3 for total on the side of Grace Prep.
And that was just created by communication. I really think that Wuzzy was saying, somebody lag with me, somebody follow me, because it's going to be either a goal or it's going to be rebounded quickly. 9 was right there to power it home. 30 seconds remaining, and RLS needing 2 goals to tie it up and force some extra time in this game number 3 of the TAPPS finals.
18 seconds left. 9 trying to go for another one to ice it. If you're RLS, you have to score on this possession to give yourself a chance. And Demon tries to block 9 out of the way, but cannot do that. In fact, and now Blippi. I don't think there's going to be enough time here as the clock is ticking down. 1 second left. Next touch on the ground is going to ice it. And there we go. Grace Prep pulling out match number 3. That's going to give them a 2-1 lead here in the best of 7 TAPPS state finals.
Yeah, and we saw some really good goals right off the bat, right? Some quick goals between RLS and GPL. I mean, the Lions have done a really good job of kind of slowing down what felt like the momentum was shifting in RLS's favor. The Lions said, hold up, let's slow this down. They created maybe a little bit more opportunities. They played the walls really well, and that's something that you don't always see, but being able to play those walls and then pick up that boost, and we saw Wuzzy on both sides of the ball just playing absolutely incredibly, and picking up the boost from the defender side is kind of one of those where you're on attack, and as a defender, you need to pick up that corner boost to be able to kind of clear things out and possibly go on a fast break. But when you turn around and you realize, oh, the other team just got my boost, it makes it really, really difficult. So yeah. Kudos to Wuzzy was able to play. As we jump into game 4, skids, here we go. I know that in game 2, RLS was able to respond pretty well with that 3-2 victory, but things really slowed down in game 3. So they've got to find a way to ramp things up and create some of that offense that they saw in game 2.
Yeah, the theme for me this game is going to be second chance points. Most of GPL's goals in game number 3 were second chances. They were rebounds. You got one stop and then flying in, here comes 9. But RLS unable to do the same there. They can get a snipe every once in a while, and a snipe on the counter, it worked for them. But the rebounds, and Grace Prep was able to stop a lot of those offensive rebounds, basically. So if they can get something on the board here, and Wuzzy does exactly that. The ball bounces out just off the top crossbar directly over in. Wuzzy finds himself in perfect positioning, and as I'm talking about it, boom, slides it right in there. Goku gets a tap, but cannot get the stop.
And honestly, you credit the way that the defense plays there, but again, you get that rebound shot, exactly like what you're talking about. And with 4:10 remaining in this game, there's plenty of time to respond. What you don't want to do is you don't want to start overcommitting because of that, right? Like if you're playing too defensive and committing to defend and both go up for it, all of a sudden you're going to leave that open goal opportunity. And if you're GPL, that's what you're kind of hoping for, is you apply a little bit too much pressure, or you apply a little bit more pressure, and you get that bite on the overcommit. Blippi with some fancy footwork. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is a Kyle squared right there with the oh my goodness on the call. Blippi just amazing handles coming down from the corner and getting that goal. Just an impressive goal. And now we're all tied up with 3:43 remaining.
Man, Blippi here running the freestyle. That's why you do all of your rings practices right there. Not only did he have great aerial control, he was able to get that flip reset, which gave him the extra boost on top of retro. Now we got Blippi trying to do the same thing again. Let's see if 9 and Co can swing it on out. Goku with the rebound again. Oh, almost punches it in. Can he get another second chance? There it is. Demon with the 3rd chance right there. First from Blippi, then from Goku, and Demon able to ice it through, and now RLS is going to be able to take a 2-1 lead to try and tie it up here.
3:18 remaining, and talk about just a battle of wits. At this point, you've fought the whole season, you know, to get to this point, and now you're in a best of 7. RLS coming in as the 6th seed, and now Demon's not done yet. 3-1 lead. Impressive pushing right here. Blippi with that center, and Demon he almost had enough on it, but Demon just beat him to it. You see him go back and forth in 309. That was a very quick goal. Talk about momentum shift, Skid.
Yeah, that centering, we were talking about it in the pregame, talking about it after games 1 and 2. But a common theme for RLS here is that offense brings it to the center, and they're finally able to capitalize and chip away at that. 3-1 is perfect, because with Wuzzy and 9, these two guys can punch the ball in at any single moment. So even just a 1-goal lead is going to be a little bit nerve-wracking. So RLS hoping to continue to ice it away at 2:40 left. We are almost halfway through game number 4. Again, Grace Prep Lions, the number 1 seed, is up 2-1 against RLS, coming in the Cinderella story as the 6th seed for this TAPPS State Finals matchup. As Blippi coming in with the aerial off the roof, almost punches it in. Is there a guy to come in? No, Goku just a little bit too late. Almost able to get that in, but Wuzzy, fantastic defense.
You see how quickly these teams are rotating. I'm actually really impressed with the level of gameplay that's happening right now, because they're rotating in ways that I've seen top tier players rotate. They're making sure that when they bite on something, they get back, they pick up maybe a little bit of the midfield boost, and then they get right back into it. They don't just swing around looking for that full boost always, but then when they have the opportunity to get that full boost, they take full potential, and they really push a big shot or a demo, or maybe they bounce a car out or they clear it out. And that's just really good rotation. You see a shot by Demon along with the demo, almost a goal, but it just goes wide. 1:30 remaining in this game number 4, and RLS is responding so well.
Yeah, Grace Prep has very little to no attacking presence right now. RLS is just taking it to him. They're not letting the ball stay on their side for longer than a couple of seconds here. Now finally getting an attack, but Goku, never mind, he wasn't able to clear that one, but Blippi was there to save the day. And this is the first time that Grace Prep has had much of an attacking presence here. And got 9 and Wuzzy, they're dangerous in the corners, but with 1 minute left and down 2 goals, the time is now. You got about 1 or 2 more chances to try and get that first goal and maybe get lucky to chip away at that kickoff goal. But Blippi and Demon and Goku have just been total ball control this entire 4th game.
37 seconds remain in this game 4. And really, this has just been a back and forth. You see the 1-3 on the board. Both of these teams have had different moments where they've spent a lot of time on the offense, and other times they've really just struggled to get shots on goal. So far, it's just been RLS, and I'm interested to see who has more shots on goal at the end of this game as the final 10 seconds are ticking down. Wuzzy not giving up. That's another goal for Wuzzy. An incredible little move here. Just kind of pops it right up and over, utilizing his own weight. No real boost needed, and it floats over 2 defenders. And now with 6 seconds, can GPL tie things up and force some extra time?
They all play back. Not a single player for GPL went for the ball. They were going to try and get the counter play. Demon actually keeping it alive there for RLS. He could have just backed up and let the clock run out. He does it there, though, that time, and RLS able to take game number 4 by a score of 2-3. Grace Prep trying to make it happen there at the end, but Wuzzy just a little bit too late. And after that first goal from the corner, I thought it was going to be all Grace Prep all the way. But Blippi, that was one of the most beautiful goals I've seen in a long time. And again, the second chance, like we talked about at the start of this game, RLS was finally able to capitalize on those goals, getting them an advantage and not giving up too much towards the end there. Now we are all tied up here, 2-2 in this best of 7. Every single game gets more and more important here, Doc.
You know, you start things off with a best of 7. You end up moving to a best of 5, and now we're essentially in a best of 3. And this is the exact thing that we anticipate when you come to a finals matchup between these two teams. Now, the 6th seed, in the way that they responded, both games that they've won, by the way, are 3-2s. So I don't want to just give them so much credit, because they really need to kind of get that extra oomph to really keep this momentum moving forward, because every time they've got a win, GPL has responded very quickly and very strong. They responded in game 3 with a 3-1 victory, right? So they need to make sure that they don't allow it to go to their heads. They need to apply that same pressure, make sure that they have the same communications, and then capitalize on the shots that they are able to capitalize on. And Wuzzy, they need to shut him down, because he has been all over the place for GPL.
The 2 keys to victory, one for each side here. If you're Grace Prep, you got to play more aggressively. In that game 4, they played more passively, and they played a lot of defense. They weren't able to get the attacking side, and then they were caught on their heels, and RLS was capitalizing. And then on the flip side here, if you are RLS, if you're the Eagles, you got to continue to play the man and not just play the ball. First couple of games, they were ball chasing. They weren't getting in positioning. And now that they changed that up here, Goku in the perfect position off of the backboard. That was great. Actually off the side, and Goku assisting himself. Didn't even need a second chance right there. That was just great play. And you saw the other 2 players for RLS were playing off. They were playing to the side, ready for the rebound, exactly like I'm talking about. RLS off to a 1-0 lead in this 5th match.
Yeah, but they're going to really have to keep that lead and apply that same pressure, because as you just saw, there was multiple players past that half court line, right? They were midfield and beyond, and that ball cleared all the way out. One ball put on goal from, you know, any of these players, and it's going into the back of the net, and Wuzzy still dominant. Look at this. He took that from his own box, followed it all the way through, and got the double bounce off the backboard and put it into the back of the net. Yeah, clip that, ship that. It's gonna be there in 2 days' time, no problem. An impressive gameplay from Wuzzy so far.
Wuzzy has been an absolute beast. I think he scored 2 goals in every single game so far. So if you're RLS, you got to shut this man down. You got to try and keep him off the ball. But even if you give him the ball in his half, he's still going to floss it all the way. Well, what are we going to do? Now, let's just give him an open net here. And Wuzzy able to snipe that again from their side of the ball. A little bit too aggressive for RLS, getting out of position. And Wuzzy's going to punish you for that every single time.
You know, and I just mentioned it, when you're playing up like RLS has been playing, it leaves an open goal opportunity from somebody with full boost. Wuzzy there had a near full boost when he hit that and was able to just follow it all the way in, and nobody could get back. So that's something you got to keep an eye on. But now Wuzzy going for another one in the corner. What is this? I mean, Wuzzy is just out here clip for clip. He wants to be noticed.
This is Wuzzy's world. We are all just living in it, man. Within a minute's time, he gets 2 carries with beautiful aerial control, as well as a snipe from his own side. RLS off to an early lead, but then Wuzzy said, oh wait, I want to win this. What am I doing? And he's almost about to snipe a 4th one here unless Goku can stop it, and he does. But man, Grace Prep and Wuzzy in primarily, 4 shots and 4 goals. This man can't miss. It's unfair. What is happening?
I'm wondering if he's majoring in chemistry or geometry, the way that he popped this off the ceiling with the perfect English. He's looking like a pool player. I mean, he aimed that up at the ceiling and it bounces in. An impressive goal. 2:47 remaining, and now GPL, they're really starting to feel it. They got a 3-goal lead, and if you're RLS, you've got to make a stop. You've got to make something happen. You've got to make sure that you don't give Wuzzy the ball. And Wuzzy is still just applying that pressure. Retro now taking it midfield, handing it off to 9. 9's going to play it into the corner. Can they get it centered up? Blippi now on the opposite side. Blippi's been phenomenal for RLS, so get him the ball and give him an opportunity to make a play. Double commit. Goku's got to find a way to clear it out. That bounces just wide. Wuzzy keeps it centered up. And now you see Blippi, 15 boosts to his name. A little flip up and over. That's going to go wide and bounce clear. And Wuzzy tried to get that cleared. A good job by Blippi to say, no, I'm not going to let you get a long shot, but that bounces up and wide. And 9 just is there for the rebound. No boost to the defender's name. I mean, this is exactly the type of gameplay that really shows the communication and then the recognition of, okay, this is how we beat this team. Now let's go execute, right? You can plan, you can prep, you can practice, but when you start executing at the top of the top level, that's when you know everything that you're working for is really, really just exactly what you need to do through the season.
Yeah, for Grace Prep, they are really blessed right now with Wuzzy's performance, because when you have such an offensive mastermind like that, and this is also credit to 9 and Retro, they are killing it right now because RLS doesn't have any answer for it. When you have an offensive player as powerful as Wuzzy is, that allows the other 2 players to play back and play defensively. And there we go. Now, as they try and get a rotation on, Blippi can't even capitalize because you have Wuzzy back there playing the defense, as I'm talking about his offense. But if you have this 1-2 setup, one player on offense, you don't really need to force anything. And RLS has just been shut down trying to fight these 2 defenders this entire time. Off to that early lead. Now they're getting back on the board, and Demon's able to get that second chance opportunity off of the ricochet. 1 minute left. It's not going to be probably enough to close out this 5th match right here. But you gotta start turning the wheels. Gotta get some momentum going. 1 minute left, down 2-5.
Well, all you need is 1, right? And 1:02 remaining. That's enough time where you really start to say, okay, we're going to really apply pressure. They don't have anything to lose this game, so you might as well go for those demos, go for those extra shots, and go for the redirects, as you see Blippi doing there, trying to spread out the defense. But Wuzzy is there patiently waiting. Only 8 boosts, now 0 boost to Goku's name, and Wuzzy just outplays the defender. That's a 1v1 that Wuzzy will take every single day. Plays it off the wall. He's going to drop down. I love that replay of just kind of setting up exactly what he wants to do. Nobody's back. And that's kind of what you're going to give up those goals when you're down by 3. With just under a minute to go, we're at the 30-second mark now. It's definitely looking like it's going in GPL's favor. But you've also got the opportunity to kind of come back in game 6 and really respond the way that you responded in game 1 or game 2 and game 4, excuse me. So RLS not out of it just quite yet.
Yeah, and you mentioned that answer back, and that's kind of the note that I have for this game is just answer strong. That's what GPL, the Grace Prep Lions, did this match. You know, they're able to win game number 1. RLS answers with 2-3, a victory there, as 9 puts in another goal in for Grace Prep. And then after the game 4, 2-3 victory from RLS, Grace Prep comes in and answers with a very convincing showing. So now, can this go back into RLS? Can they mentally reset? It's okay that you dropped this one. It's just fine. 3-2. It is an elimination game. This next one will be an elimination. Grace Prep can clinch it, but if you're RLS, you just got to stick to what you know. Stick to the ball control and lock down Wuzzy. Whatever you got to do, lock down this man. It's not like football where you can just throw a double team on him, but you at least got to have one guy that's shadowing around and getting his car out of the way. Get his vehicle out of there. You don't have to play the ball every single time. Worry about positioning more than just ball control.
Yeah, and the MVP of that game, 100% Wuzzy. Most likely the MVP of this series, most likely is Wuzzy, if not Blippi, in the way that he's played for RLS. Now, on the side of things that we're looking at, this is just some really, really well done technical Rocket League follow-up shots, recognizing what is an open goal that they can actually push for, and then when do they need to push it to the side, because we saw that happen a couple times. 9 actually, instead of going for a shot, cleared it to the side and was able to allow Wuzzy to pick up boost, or allow Metro or the third player to come through and pick that up. And that's something that we don't always see, right? We don't always see that take place, but great defense done by them. And now they go into this game 6. This is match point for GPL. I mean, they really have the ability to just walk away with this one. But if you're RLS, this is the next step. You say, okay, we let it go and we respond just like we did in game 2 and game 4. They won game 2 and game 4 with a 3-2 victory. So they know all they have to do is start with one, as they had an open shot, but they didn't follow it through. Retro, excuse me, that's who I was thinking of, with a great save. It's just so incredible in getting back, but very, very wise by GPL to say, look, I don't think he's following that. We're going to go for that clear out. And they save a goal with 4:23 remaining in this game 6. And Skids, if you're RLS, you need to make sure that you push all the way through on every single play like that.
Yeah, the thing for RLS is going to be, you gotta play aggressive. You don't gotta just go completely AWOL, but you gotta try and make something happen here. Do it clinically, do it calculated. But GPL, you have the ability to play a little bit more passive, because you know you have the great defense from Retro and 9, and all you need is one chance for Wuzzy to try and get a goal here, as we do have an attacking side, and Wuzzy unable to punch it in right there. But RLS, great defense. Can he get the second shot? No. But RLS has got to play super, super aggressive. Obviously, leave someone back on defense, but you got to get an early lead. You got to get something going here, as Wuzzy and the rest of Grace Prep can turn it on at any time.
That's going to be a long shot just wide. You see two players up on the offense. They got to get back on defense, as 9 was coming from all the way out of the goal, basically, to make that offensive push. We're almost 2 minutes down in this game 6, 0-0s across the board. So they've definitely found a way to at least stall some of the attacking movement and momentum that GPL has had over the last 8 minutes of play or so. But at the same time, this could just be GPL saying, look, we just have to play really, defense, and we'll capitalize on one of the mistakes that they make. You see Wuzzy just, I mean, that's in his box, and he's still patiently just waiting before kicking it out. And that's a dangerous shot, for them, as that's a shot on goal from Demon. But again, Wuzzy there for the save. Now going back the other side. Can he get to it? Played the double tap, but a good job by the defense to clear things out. We're halfway through this game, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, if you're Grace Prep, you only need one. I'm all for them playing back all 3 of these, but RLS, I would say you only need one, but they are too strong on the attack here. You're going to need at least 2 or 3 for me to feel comfortable, especially at this point in the game. Off of the backboard, no, misses the rebound, but Wuzzy trickles it through, and it tips up a little bit as well. Cannot capitalize there, and now you have a counter attack. A nice demolition here from Goku. Blippi's going to chip it off the side. Are they going to get a second chance point here? No. Wuzzy with great defense, and now Goku is back on the attacking side. RLS has kept it in their half for the majority of this game. You just got to get it through that last little bit into the goal.
You see Blippi playing off the wall. He's using all of his boost. Not enough boost control to really push that through. You see him play the ball instead. And there's Goku finally with that second chance opportunity. You see Demon come through. Goku gets kind of chipped up by 9, but then beats out 9 by that little flip. And that is a big goal for RLS. 1:43 remaining in this game. This is game 6. It is all on the line. RLS has to walk away with this one to force a game 7.
Goku's composure there was second to none. I mean, getting just blasted around by 9, getting pushed around, and still able to relocalize and bring yourself back to the ball for the chip into the left side. That was absolutely brilliant. Love seeing Goku step up big when they need him here. And another center shot here. Oh, man. He tries to pool ball Blippi into this, and now getting a reset here from Demon. That would have been exactly what they need with about a minute left in this game. Wuzzy ready to take this into his own hands, but Blippi on the defense, and now the counter. Can he trick it over 9? He does not, but now you have Goku again swinging it on in into the top right corner, but was he able to stop it? And Blippi getting the demo here with 1 minute remaining, and RLS on the attack.
You see the back and forth, as this is probably the closest game of this series. 100%. The feeling of it has just been defense, with a little bit of offense trickled in. Everybody's kind of going back and forth with their defensive battles, long clears, long shots, getting back quickly. The secondary shots right here, you saw the flip reset tried to work out for Blippi, but it does not. Now Wuzzy going up for it, goes and gets the demo on Goku, but Blippi's able to get back. A good job by the defense. 20 seconds remaining. RLS needs to hang on to force game 7. Can they do it? This is in their defending zone. They get a long clear. 10 seconds remaining, and now it's all about kill. get this ball to stay down and stay out of their zone. Do not let this float up. Do not let this stay in the air. And now with 1 second, will it touch down? Can they do this? That's going to be it. RLS is going to force a game 7, an incredible response, a tight game, 1-0. I mean, a 1-0, when you're thinking about what just took place in game 5, right? 7-2 versus what we saw in game 6. The response from RLS as a 6 seed coming at the 1 seed saying, we're not giving up. We're not going to let you carry that momentum into this next game. I mean, they put a goose egg on the number 1 seed, and now we're going into game 7, winner take all in this TAPPS Grand Finals. And honestly, Skids, this is what Rocket League is all about coming down to this last game.
Man, this is a lot more even than I thought it was going to be. When I'm looking at the paper and I see the 1 seed versus the 6 seed, I thought we were maybe going to get 4 or 5 games here, but RLS putting on a clinic, and Grace Prep is on their heels now. The last match of the TAPPS State Finals is right now, game number 7, and Demon tries to put it in but cannot connect, and Wuzzy is already on the counter attack. And I want to just highlight, this is a game of inches. There was Wuzzy had about just a little bit under the crossbar, would have gone in for the game tying goal last time. And Goku able to trickle in one for the 1-0. You gotta be super precise. Everything has to go your way. And Blippi's trying to make it happen, and he does. Beautiful aerial control, beautiful ball control as Wuzzy and Retro cannot stop it. RLS is on the board first here in game 7.
And that is following your shot all the way through. Blippi knows that Wuzzy's there on the defense and is going to get that touch. Tried to clear it out to the side, but Blippi played that touch so well to be able to attack it and got the second shot that went into the back of the net. Now with 4:12 remaining in this game 7, this is it, everybody. Winner takes all. Wuzzy playing some fancy footwork in front of the box, doing a great job. Retro with a big demo as well, and Wuzzy getting back on defense. I mean, this is the gameplay that really sets you up for shots like this. Wuzzy coming through, getting the demo. That boost is what gives you the demo. He picked up the full boost and then conserved it until right here. He just powers through and is able to play the car, not the ball. The ball is already on the trajectory to fall into the back of the net. A great job by Wuzzy, and I'm telling you right now, Skids, we are going to be hearing about this guy's name later and later as he progresses in his Rocket League career.
Man, that's tough for Blippi right there, who thought that Demon was going to try and get the stop, but unfortunately just a little bit under it, and Wuzzy is going to punish you for any sort of mistake there. And now Retro and the rest of Grace Prep is already on the attacking side. We saw them play on their heels last game with a match to give, and now you can't have that. Goku tried to punch it in, and RLS, if you can keep it on their side of the court, that's where your strength is going to lie. You don't have to worry too much about the counters like you did in the earlier series. You cleaned up your act, and now just don't let Wuzzy take it into your side of the court.
3 minutes remaining in this game. We're tied 1-1. Blippi having to go up and just stall it into the corner. You see his teammate come through. Goku is going to play it along the boards. Nice moves. The handles. Can he get it centered? No, that's going to be contested by 9. It's going to go off the wall. A redirect shot from Blippi. And that is a huge goal for RLS. The 6th seed takes the lead 2-1 with just a few moments remaining in this game. I mean, we're just at the halfway mark, but when you think of momentum in the process of this game, you really don't want to give an inch, because the other team will take a mile. And you see Goku Drift already on the attack. Will they be able to capitalize on another one and really walk away with this lead, as Blippi with a shot on goal? 9 is there to save it, and you see the desperation as both teams trying to get back. And Wuzzy, if it wasn't anybody else, it's got to be Wuzzy, following it all the way through and getting this shot going the opposite way of the defender, to answer back, all tied up. What an incredible performance by Wuzzy.
Man, he has some of the best aerial control I have seen, especially at the high school level for Rocket League. This is great. A 2-2 tie. We may get some extra. We may get a little bit of extra time, more than we bargained for if this keeps up. But RLS continuing this killing attack, just driving it down into their side. Wuzzy with two fantastic counter goals. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe you do leave one guy back if you're RLS. Make a little bit of an adjustment. And now, especially here, 2 demos. You got to be careful. There's 3. And now everybody's going to be responding. Wuzzy's got a wide open goal if you don't get over there. And Demon getting just in time. You saw the demos are absolutely crucial for control. Wuzzy almost able to capitalize, but props to RLS for bringing it back.
Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous when you're, waiting on that respawn. But at the same time, I think that double helped them out because they were able to have 2 players back immediately. And if they hadn't have had that, you might have had a 1v1 situation. And if Wuzzy's got the ball, I'm probably taking Wuzzy on a 1v1 like that. I mean, he's just been so consistent all day long. Retro unable to get that. That's going to bounce off the wall. Goku drip. Blippi comes up. A nice little delay shot. That's going to bounce off the wall. Followed up. That's going to go wide as RLS with 1 minute remaining trying to make an offensive push. You see them pick up that midfield boost. Wuzzy's going to chip it up and over Demon. Demon's now got to get back. Blippi is going to play the car, not the ball. Very smart, getting Wuzzy off of his base. Goku getting enough of the tip of his fender to kind of disrupt that. 40 seconds remaining. Goku drip trying to just power his way in, but Nine is there to clear it out. And here we go.
9 with a beautiful, could be series saving block right there. 30 seconds left. Here comes the aerial from Goku, but Wuzzy is there to stop it. And 20 seconds left. Next goal could possibly win the TAPPS State Championship. Blippi and RLS is on the attack. Demon gonna try and bounce it off the wall into the center. Nobody there, and here comes the counter attack. Never mind, RLS is able to stop it. The counterattack from Grace Prep has been so lethal. 5 seconds left. Can anyone get it, or are we going to be seeing an overtime? 1 second. Next bounce on the ground, and we indeed get overtime in game number 7 of the state finals. Next goal wins. Wuzzy on the kickoff almost nailed it through.
And we've seen that goal go into the back of the net multiple times because of the patience. You see 9 with a shot, and Wuzzy following it through. And that is going to do it. An incredible performance by GPL. The Lions are your TAPPS champions. The way that they played that through, a credit to RLS in the 6 seed skid, because that was just an incredible game 7.
Oh my gosh, we got such good Rocket League, more than we ever could have bargained for. And overtime in game 7. Who else but Wuzzy to punch it through there? And Grace Prep Lions are gonna be your TAPPS State final champions. Oh, that was beautiful. RLS did so much better than I could have expected out of them. They really responded with their second chance points, with their offensive dominations, but in the end, the counterattacks from who else but Wuzzy was too much to stop. They got overextended, and Wuzzy needs only about 60 to 80 boost, and he can slice that thing all the way down the court and get those winning goals. Let's kick on over to this final bracket as we see your champions, Grace Prep Lions, the 1 seed, coming out of the top and winning that finals matchup.
A credit to RLS. Congratulations on a phenomenal fall 2021 season here in PlayVS. I mean, they did phenomenal coming through as the 6th seed, but congratulations to the Lions. They did such an incredible job. That game 7 all the way through into the extra time. Wuzzy, I can't wait to see him play for years to come, because I know his career is still just fresh, and it's so bright in the future, and I can't wait for that. It's been a blast, kids. It's absolutely been a blast.
Always, baby.
But I think that's gonna do it for us. PlayVS. I'm the Doxology. That's Skids. We're gonna say so long, but don't go anywhere. Just refresh the page, because we got the BCSS finals for League of Legends coming up right after this.